Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy OGBigsam in the building. Mad Monday with the OG. Of course, unless you lived up under a rock, you know it was championship weekend, championship Sunday. Both conference games were played on yesterday, and we have our participants. We're going to get into that, and look ahead to the big game in a couple of weeks. But hey, get my opening thoughts, on into this here wet, rainy Monday morning. Um, the champ is here, ladies and gentlemen. The standard is here. The standard is still playing. The standard, the face of these here NFL, the face of the quarterback position, contrary to popular belief in one Patrick Mahomes, will be in New Orleans and not as a spectator, unlike some other idealistic individuals. Um, Look, some of y'all gonna have to face the fact, man. You know, and your blind loyalties are leading you like the blind. As much as you try to ignore it, Patrick Mahomes, the face of the NFL, Oh, can y'all hear me? Can anybody hear me? Not sure what happened. Lost connection, I suppose. But if y'all can hear me, somebody let me know. Um, but yeah, the the championship standard as it is, as it was, as it will probably be for foreseeable future notarized. Uh, Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, Thank you, Christian, and good morning, everybody. Bad weather and technical difficulties, as it were, but we're gonna try to get this thing done. Um, Last night's win by the Kansas City Chiefs solidifies, saying two things in my observation. Um, Again, Patrick Mahomes is the standard and is the face of the league, and not just the quarterback position, but as a player on the whole. Period. He played in his seventh and won conference championship game. Um, for a chance to three-peat, with the Lombardi. He has a 3-1 record in his Super Bowl appearances in 7 consecutive AFC Championship games since becoming the starter of the Kansas City Chiefs. In hindsight, I get when are you all are gonna understand and stop refusing and stop being in denial that all this guy does is win. All he does is win. They went 16-1 this season, y'all. 16-1. But yet we was out here hustling, busting eggs over Lamar Jackson's quote unquote MVP dominating season, as it were. Well, again, with that, where's he and where's this guy that y'all don't even put in your conversations when you discuss the best quarterback in the league? You know, I mean, for that matter, Jalen Hurts is going to his second Super Bowl in 3 years. Let that sink in. Jalen Hurts is about to play in his second Super Bowl in 3 years, and we're out here talking about Lamar Jackson, entertaining a Hall of Fame conversation about Lamar Jackson, entertaining a a being the face of the quarterback position. We're entertaining that bullshit. You know, and even in the loss, Josh Allen, and they were right there. They were right there. You know what I'm saying? One of the better championship games, what I'm saying, in recent history. That game had everything you wanted, you know, and I get a lot of y'all out there crying about the refs and holding these steel shots and, circling, players on the replay and your little clips, the whine and cry about the refs and the Chiefs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end, the Bills had the ball. Um, and you was a fingertip or two away from making a catch to probably tying up the game. All right. So let's just stop all that. When the clock struck zero, the Chiefs had more points. The clock strikes zero, the Chiefs had done their job. It is just that simple. What up, Mr. Amy? How's it going? You know, and that's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Knight. You know, it was a well played game on both sides by both teams. The Chiefs came out on top, 3-point win. They're going to New Orleans. Um, Josh Allen had a great season. Um, he was a fourth down away from going to New Orleans. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm talking about these guys because I I'm over the AAU Jackson, you know what I'm saying, campaign. I'm over it. Because if he was that guy, he'd still be playing. But as per every season of his career to speak, he became a starter for the Baltimore Ravens. All he has done is come up short while y'all when he got the MVP 2 times, 3-time MVP. And them MVP trophy says what? Because again, the standard, y'all, the champ, as his word, that's going to New Orleans to defend, to try to three-peat, you know, is that resides in Kansas City. Just played his 7th consecutive conference championship game. 17 playoff wins to only 2 losses. And y'all out here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, look, I think a better conversation with y'all for y'all would be, you know what I mean, is Lamar Jackson as good as Jalen Hurts? Because he's going to his second Super Bowl in 3 years. Yeah, yeah. And I'm still waiting on somebody to give me an answer to why is it we can't hold Lamar Jackson to the same standard you held Joe Flacco to when he was the starting quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, but you know, you know, I'm just saying the three of the 4 quarterbacks. Well, let me see. Wait a minute. All 4. I'd even throw Jaden Daniels in that to some degree. But Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, in the same period that y'all have tried to idealize and promote and put on this pedestal, have all been better quarterbacks, not athletes. This ain't about being an athlete. It's about being a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes. If we got to put a number on this, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts second, Josh Allen third, in that order, are better than Lamar Jackson. It is not even close. It's not even close. I mean, well, if Joe Burrow could stay on the field, what I mean, that's my knock on him at the particular moment. He can't stay healthy, and neither can that team. But I'm not taking his Super Bowl visit away from him. He legit earned that, you know. Um, but for those that are, trying to make a conversation where there is no conversation, um, you know, we saw on yesterday. I had high hopes, you know what I'm saying, for Jaden Daniels and to play a good game and make it. Well, hopes, but in the back of my mind, I felt like Philly was gonna do what they did. Um, the Eagles put a double nickel on the Commanders. Uh, they were just nasty in all three phases. Um, they gashed Washington in the run game on second and third down, and they put their stake in their spot in New Orleans, which is something that I'm going to get to a little bit later about that particular game coming up in a couple of weeks. Um, but yes, Jalen Hurts is about to play in his second Super Bowl in 3 years, and amazingly enough, we haven't talked enough about that. Why? Because everybody's on the Lamar Jackson is it campaign, and he is not. Jalen Hurts is about. I'm gonna keep saying that Jalen Hurts is about to play in his second Super Bowl in 3 years. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I mean, it's crazy. Um, when it's right there in front of your face. Uh, yeah. And Mucho. It wasn't on purpose. I was having tip technical difficulties with uh my 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 equipment. Uh, just to let you know. But we saw on your stage history was made. You know what I'm saying? Some numbers were shown and proven. It's to my points. Um, Patrick Mahomes about to play in his fifth Super Bowl. There's a chance of three-peat. Jalen Hurts has a chance to get his first. Um, and under the radar, so to speak, or where you hide things in plain sight, if you will, in all this quarterback hoopla, Jalen Hurts kind of sort of gets lost in the shuffle. Um, he goes about his business no matter what happens. He's accountable. He stands up there and he answers the tough questions. Um, when he plays bad, he he owns it. When he plays good, the same ditto. He owns it. He goes about his business. and whether he's criticized, whether he's praised, he he keeps that same energy all the way around. I think it's time for us to give a nod to the young man, um, and his efforts. I mean, I'm trying to understand how you know this how y'all place your allegiance, or you know or give credence to what you see. Some of y'all just see what you want to see, and a lot of time it don't have anything to do with reality. Yeah. um Jalen Hurts has taken advantage of his opportunities when it has been there, as seen on yesterday. um that they shout out to Philly defense as well. um they 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 did some good work. Not to be gone, what I'm saying, unnoticed. Um, but big picture wise in this quarterback conversation, some of y'all just need to let it go. Dismiss yourself from that Lamar Jackson campaign. That window is closed. You know what I'm saying? That window is closed. Um, it's because this is Jalen Daniel. I mean, my bad. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes about to meet in the Super Bowl for the second time against each other. Are y'all still out here saying that AAU Jackson is the best is the best quarterback in the league? Are you? Because again, he's at the crib. Again, I mean, blown opportunity, come up short, choked out, can't win the big game. These are all facts. But yet, all out there, y'all Jacksonites are still he needs to be the face of the league. He's the best. No, the best quarterbacks are still playing. Ironically, the two quarterbacks that have been not verifiably mentioned in this whole quarterback in face of the league monotony, and one of them in Jalen Hurts, um, along with his teammate in Saquon Barkley. Shout out to Saquon Barkley. That man had to pitch himself, and somebody had to pitch him to you know realize the moment, the moment. You want to say that there's your feel good story for this is Saquon Barkley from the Giants to the Eagles and plays right into a Super Bowl. I mean, you would like to think, when that young man woke up this morning, damn, gonna play in the Super Bowl. That's what this feels like. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say Saquon Barkley. Um, which you could argue was best running back in the league this year. Was a good. It'd be a good argument. I mean, between he and Derrick Henry. Um, you can throw Bijan in that conversation a little bit. Um, but yeah, there's a strong argument there for Saquon this year. But the Eagles on their way to New Orleans, they're going to the Super Bowl again in a rematch. It's also an intriguing thing. Andy Reid, you about to see your former team again. Um, and going forward, I think I think this the Eagles are built like the kind of team you want to go against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they got the defense to win it. I mean, in they won on last night. That game was close like it was because the Bills ran the ball. Um, the Eagles do the same, only better. And I'm gonna tell you something. Um, they're gonna have their hands full with AJ. They're gonna have their hands full with that run game. Um, they're gonna have their hands full. But I had this ugly, nasty feeling that Philadelphia is gonna do this. That's just me, you know. But not being caught in the moment. It's just been watching them, you know, as they go about their business. You know what I'm saying? Going down to the end of the season, in the regular season, into these playoffs, and what they've done and how they've done it. Um, and to some degree, this team is taking on the 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 mindset of Jalen Hurts, business as usual. You know, I don't think so, Mucho. I don't think they did. You know, and yeah that I think that the front, the Eagle front for is gonna be a problem in this game in a couple of weeks against the Chiefs. It's gonna be interesting. Pacheco and Hunt, um, they get it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's not gonna be for the faint of heart. It's gonna be one of them lunch pail slobber knocker in the back alley defense against the Eagles defense against the Chiefs run game. It's gonna be physical and nasty. You know, um, flip it over to the Chiefs, and something that I noticed a couple of weeks ago. Um, when you look at the Chiefs offense, especially on the outside, yeah, they got Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, D-Hop, Worthy, Kelsey. Am I missing something? That's a pretty nasty, you know, set of receivers right there. That's a pretty nasty set of receivers. You know, yeah, when they I remember, how they when they went and got D Hop, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna help a whole lot, you know, especially D Hop stay healthy, in which he did. Um, uh, but you got a pretty stout set of what I'm saying, playmakers on the outside, and the way Andy Reid be, what I'm saying, diagramming these plays, they gonna need a lot of that short stuff to get the ball out. Um, because that Philly defense, it's gonna make life pretty rough, especially at the line of scrimmage. I can't wait to see it do. Um, you know, it's gonna be a very, 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 very admirable, um, hard nosed game to watch. Uh, yeah, I think it's a little disrespectful. Um, when it's not, much of respect being put on these two gentlemen that are going to be playing quarterback for their respective teams in New Orleans. I mean, it is. It is. You got one chasing history, and you got the other, what I'm saying, looking to make history. Um, Mahomes and Hurts, you really need to, some respect to be put on their name. Not just think it's disrespectful dialogue for it not to be, you know, with some immense amount of energy, you know. Um, but again, Patrick Mahomes, all this man does is win. 17-2 playoff record. You know, just saying. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. 17-2. He just played in his seventh consecutive championship, conference championship game, and about to play in his fifth Super Bowl. In his fifth Super Bowl. Now, here's where it's something that you could say right here. Now, you could say this about Patrick Mahomes. If he was to retire, if he was to start playing like right now, he was to call it quits right now. First ballot. You could say that about Patrick Mahomes. First ballot, automatic Hall of Fame. You could say that. about Patrick Mahomes. Make that assertion. You can make that claim about Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback in this league because you could Patrick Mahomes start to his career to this point has been like no other player in history of the NFL. What other quarterback, what other player can you name to say that since becoming a starter has played in every conference championship game as a starter for their team? What other player did he say that in 7 seasons? The 7 season start. What other player can you say has had a better start to their career than Patrick Mahomes? I'll wait. I'll wait. 7 consecutive conference championship games and about to play in his fifth Super Bowl. What other player can you say it's to the to whatever? That guy that y'all want to be the face of the league has a 3-5 playoff record, and 4 of them 5 losses have been at the crib. He's no comparison, bruh. He's not in this conversation. Right now, Patrick Mahomes, and he's still playing. Right now, he's already in Joe Montana, uh, 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 Tom Brady territory already. Because if Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs win in New Orleans, that's a three-peat. It'll make him 4-1 in his Super Bowl appearance. And he still has life in football. We're talking 4, maybe 5 more years if he wants to. And at this rate and the way he's going, when he's done, he could very well possibly be the greatest football player of all time. I mean, that's what we're looking at here. I mean, a three-peat right now would put him in even more rarefied air. A lot of people don't want to, even acknowledge that conversation because that in itself obliterates anything you might remotely want to even say in defense of Lamar Jackson. Not only do you have a putrid playoff record, you ain't even seen it, smelt, even touched the Super Bowl. And Patrick Mahomes is about to play for a three-peat as champion. The overwhelming elephant in the room right here is it's just disrespectful dialogue to keep having this Lamar Jackson conversation. with the current events happening right now in the NFL. It is going to happen in 2 weeks. Yeah, 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 Mucho. That point. Yeah, yeah. Two African American quarterbacks, two black quarterbacks going to be playing in the Super Bowl, and there's a lot of participants from the peanut gallery who wants to campaign or spew blasphemous rhetoric about AAU Jackson. This Super Bowl in itself, on its face value, obliterates the Lamar Jackson conversation. Literally, this Super Bowl obliterates the Lamar Jackson conversation on its face value alone. Jalen Hurts, when he played his second Super Bowl in 3 years. You just heard me say everything about Patrick Mahomes and where he's at in this equation. It, the Super Bowl coming up in New Orleans obliterates all and any Lamar Jackson rhetoric, because that's all it is rhetoric. There's nothing factual about it. Um, History will be made in some shape, form, or fashion in New Orleans. Whether it's Jalen Hurts winning his first, or if it's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs three-peat, history will be made. And there it is, Mucho. The standards at the quarterback position are playing in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. You can't make you can't put it no more plainer than that. You can't. You can't. One way, another.